Hello, welcome back everybody. Hope you're doing great. We are back with some Deadside news updates-ish stuff. We still don't have a release date, but in the last couple of weeks we have gotten some news. So let's check out their Twitter first. Since last time they posted about upcoming base expansion would be incomplete without the ability to increase the level of security. Bars, shutters, and barbed wire. What else? Your thoughts in the comments. So they're actively looking for feedback on how you guys want to protect your bases, and we got some cool pictures. So if you have any comments on that, go let them know. But then, on October the 30th, we got something else. Introducing foraging. Not only will this provide more ways to gather nutrition, many food items will now provide unique bonuses to your character. More details on this system and other new features coming in a VIP post this Friday. So we'll take a look at that. But we got this teaser video clip. So we can eat apples and mushrooms and be happy. So let's take a look at that article. It's called Work in Progress, Foraging and Bleeds. More ways to get nutrition and take damage. Hello Deadsiders! Today we have a few new and exciting features that we would like to talk about with you today, as work continues on our next major update. Though before we begin, we want to thank you for all the feedback you have been sending on each VIP post. That's good, give them feedback, they need it. We, at the end of the day, are the players, so go and give them feedback. Your feedback and input is very valuable during this development process, as it helps us make the best possible game for our community. So let's jump into the new content. You may have seen a teaser clip earlier this week on Wednesday showing off foraging. Now you will be able to find and gather your own food out in the forests of Deadside. You can find mushrooms growing around the bases of trees, bushes with nice berries, apples dropped from apple trees, and even leaves that you can craft into special tinctures. Okay. The foraging system also comes with a new base item, the drying rack. In this drying rack, you can dry out leaves and berries. With these dried items, you can combine 10 of them with a couple of medicaments and some vodka, always vodka, to create special tinctures that will provide special buffs for your character. With mushrooms, you can roast them in a campfire for a tasty snack. In fact, many foods in our next update will each provide different buffs and varying amounts of nutrition and hydration, adding even more variety to our selection of consumables. Yeah, I mean, it's like always, I feel like it's a nice quality of life update, adding more survival thing to their game, I guess. This new foraging system also allows us to reduce the amount of roe deer that spawn in the forest, okay, making their meat more valuable and uncommon. I also think that that's a way for them to decrease the server loads, to be honest. We have also heard your feedback when it comes to wolf spawn. They will be more rare in general. They weren't that bad though. Most often found in groups lingering around abandoned campsites. Okay, but they was wolves? I mean, we have also heard your feedback when it comes to wolf spawns. They will be more. I don't feel like the wolves were everywhere. I feel like some places had them more frequent than other, but I still, even if I don't particularly like them, wolves, it's a cool mechanic, but I don't feel like they were too OP. There were too many of them. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Again, I really think that this is about we are removing stuff, or not removing because they're still there, but we are making it less or more uncommon so server load is not too high so you can have vehicles, you know? I think that's more the reason. But okay. Next up, let's talk about bleeding. Unlike other games in the open world survival genre, our bleeding system will be relatively forgiving. Okay, that's cool. The goal of Bleeds is to add a bit more depth onto the existing combat gameplay and healing system without radically changing the Deadside gameplay that you all know and love. For example, the standard bandit cannibal AI, that you will find patrolling towns will not cause your character to bleed when shot. Low-tier weapons will not cause you to bleed either, like the IZH-70 pistol, for example. What this new bleed system will do is slightly slow down the healing process. I mean, that's okay, I'm okay with that. And encourage you to deal with critical wounds sooner. Bleeds take away a percentage of your current health per second, with each level of bleeds causing more health to be lost each second. This means that you will take the most bleed damage at maximum health, but not much damage if your health is already critical low. Okay, I can live with that. That's not too bad at all. That is not too bad. Both normal and sterilized rags can be used to heal one level of bleeding, while bandages can quickly heal 2 at once. There are 3 levels of bleeding total, with each level multiplying the amount of health lost per second. All rags and bandages will be applied much faster in this one. Oh, that's cool. In this version to help quickly deal with bleeds. Additionally, it makes the new craftable barbed wire more consequential, as it will always cause your character to bleed on contact. Okay, this is fine. This is all sounding good to me. So, for those who really want all of the details on the system, here's a list of damage sources that have a % chance to cause bleed. Please keep in mind that this is a VIP chart. Anything listed here is completely subject to change in the future. So let us know what you think. Damage source, % chance to cause a bleed when damage is received. So tier 1, 0, tier 2, 5, tier 3, 10, grenades, 25, wolves, 25, improvised knife and axe, 50, sniper, 50, regular knife, oh yeah, 100, M999, 100, craftable barbed wire, 100, bandit cannibal AI 0, military AI 5%, convoy guard AI 5%, helicrash guard AI 10%, convoy boys 15%. I think it's a good addition to the game for sure. Both the bleed and the foraging, I mean, it's not really too much to say about it, to be honest, at all. I just wish that maybe they had different priority by adding more game to the game instead of adding this kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate they adding stuff like this to the game. Good stuff coming for sure. So let's see, and then we had, along with more decorations for your base, so this is for you base builders, we have created a handful of loot racks. These can be used to efficiently pack your crates into one location, or all in one location. This looks cool. Not much to say about that. It's a great addition. But even more news for you base builders. Our team has been working hard to completely overhaul base building, to have upgradable structures and progression while removing old limitations for more player freedom. So let's take a quick look at work in progress, base machines and upgrades, base progression, electricity and machines. So this article is from Friday, November 8th. Hello Deadsiders! Today we would like to talk a bit more about base progression, as it's a major part of our next update. And we have seen some new people in our community who are unaware that this feature will be coming in our next update. Okay, well, yeah, they haven't really talked too much about it, to be fair, or shown off too much about the new base building, but let's see. Plus we can talk in a bit more detail about base progression. That's probably what they talked the most about the base progression deterioration system, but okay. Now that there has been more development time spent, nearly everything about base building has been improved or reworked, so we have lots to talk about. That's cool, because the old system was kind of outdated. I mean, it wasn't bad, it got the job done, but it was due for an update. Starting at the absolute beginning, you will need a knife and a hammer. Hammers can be crafted simply with only a few branches. The knife will be needed to gather these branches, simply by swinging at a brush to collect them. Easy. Once the hammer has been crafted, place it on your hotbar to open the new base building menu. With this UI, you can place most base structures, disassemble them, or upgrade them. Base structures can be made out of 3 materials, or 3 tiers. You will start with stick tier, made out of just branches collected with a knife. This tier is extremely weak. Anyone with a handful of ammo can quickly blast through your front door or wall at this level. In order to make a more defensible base, you will need to upgrade to plank tier. So yeah, you start there, you go there, and you upgrade there. Easy. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. This is where we need our first machine, the generator. Crafted with 10 spare parts and scrap, this little generator consumes fuel in order to generate electricity for your base. That's such a great addition. Electricity will be needed to power your other machine, and some comfort items like base lights. That's actually kind of huge, to be honest. Adding lights to your base, because it gets so freaking dark during nights. And that's okay that it gets dark, but we just need something to light up with, and we're getting that, and that's awesome. So all they need, all I'm waiting for now, to be honest, are for them to add like night vision. Some sort of night vision, either night vision sights, night vision goggles, something. That way they can make the nights a bit longer and everything will be good in the world. You know, that would be so awesome. Because then you can actually do stuff when it's dark. Because currently you can run out in the open and you can barely see enemies or anything when it's really freaking dark sometimes. And especially if you go inside a building, it's dark. So this is good. Light is good. This will make fuel cans a more sought after item, while also setting the framework for more electricity powered base features in the future. Fuel consumption is low, however the generator doesn't have much fuel storage, giving you only 30 minutes of electricity. Okay. I mean, 30 minutes is okay, but fuel cans though, that's gonna be... Because now you have boats, you have the cars, you have the motorbikes, and you have the generators that all need fuel. So that's gonna be the set of sought after item for sure. Huh, that's interesting. That's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. But okay, to continue working towards plank structures, next we need a wooden planner. This machine is made with 10 scrap metal, wood logs, and spare parts. You will also want to gather some axes to collect logs with, so that you can feed them into the wood planner. Axes will now have durability, requiring players to collect a handful of them, or to craft improvised axes from scraps and branches. Along with axes, don't forget your nails. These can be gathered in the world or purchased directly from the traders. Yeah, nails are pretty easy to come by, or currently they're pretty easy to come by. Once you have enough logs, you can place them inside of the wood planner, which will be slowly converted into planks. Wood planners can also be found in some POIs, making it easier to create planks if you are unable to make a generator first. Well, that's cool. At the plank tier, your base structures now have 3 times more health points, making them much more defendable. Wooden doors have enough health at this level to resist a single explosion from dynamite, a new rating item, but will be destroyed with a single explosive charge. Okay, I think feel like that's okay. So while it depends on the rarity of the explosives though, those take Those are, you need to make an effort to craft the explosive charges. So they're not that common. And it's gonna be interesting to see how common dynamite is, but we'll see. So while your base is much safer, it still leaves something to be desired. This is where we can begin upgrading to metal tier. Upgrading to metal tier is very similar to upgrading to wood tier. You will need to make a metal planner out of 10 spare parts, logs, and scrap metal. Or you can find a metal planner in some POIs. You can place scrap metal inside of the metal planner in order to convert it into sheet metal. In addition to sheet metal, you will also need rebar, a rare material that is typically found in scrap piles. Okay, that's fine. Upgrading to metal tier will triple the health points of your base structure once again, giving them the best level of protection possible. Metal doors can stop an explosive charge with the walls and foundation able to soak up much more damage than that. The metal planner isn't just to create sheet metal though. It can also be used to convert items directly into scrap metal. This can be done by placing weapon and armor inside of the metal planner, where those items will be destroyed and converted into scrap. So if you just completed a mission and your backpack is full of weapons, you can now convert them all into scrap or sheet metal for your base. Along with improvement to our base structures, we have removed a lot of the existing base building limits. For example, you are now able to place a lot more storage crates, build much taller bases, own multiple bases, and store vehicles in your base long term. That's really cool. And multiple bases? That's pretty big. That's a big thing. That is really cool. In addition to that, you will have access to a handful of new base building objects, which you may have already seen posted on our socials. These items include barbed wire, window shutters, and window bars. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Our next major update is absolutely huge. Yes, it is. There's a lot of changes and stuff coming. So if you want more details on it, we recommend our other recent Steam posts. There are so many details that we didn't cover here, like upgradable storage, base decoration, and our new rating systems. Thanks for reading. Be sure to follow our socials so that you don't miss any teasers. So do that if you don't. But yeah, overall, there's a lot of changes coming, as they said, and it might not sound like it, but I am really excited about all the changes. I'm just not kind of feeling their priorities. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate everything they're doing, because I do. I know game development is hard. It takes time. They have to do it as they want to do it, for sure. But for me, like a casual focusing on PvE, I would really love to see more game to the game. I don't know how all of this will address the concerns and issues people have with the game currently. It will probably bring back a lot of players initially, but I don't see anything of this holding a longer player base long-term-ish. I mean, you will always have the dedicated people. There's always that small hardcore base of players that will be there. And that's awesome. I love this for them. But to bring in new players and keep them in the game, I really feel like there's maybe something else that needs to be prioritized, to put it like that. But we'll see. I really, really hope that when this update comes out, that they can focus on adding more game elements to the game. Yeah, like tasks, quests. Give the players a meaning in the game. I need a reason to stay in the game for a longer period of time. And I don't mean just to stay in the game to maintain my base. Fuck, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend my time in the game just maintaining stuff. I want to do stuff. You know? I think you know what I mean. I just really hope that they focus on that going forward after this update drops, because this is a pretty cool update overall. It's gonna be awesome jumping back in and experience the new map expansions areas and these new mechanics. I'm not really that into base building myself, but I love that they're adding stuff to it. If anything, for base building, I just want to be able to craft the tents that you can find in the survivor camps. I could place a tent under a tree and be happy with that. So base building is not for me, but it's really cool that they're doing it and adding electricity and stuff. It's a big deal. So that's it basically for the news so far. Follow their socials to get it instantly when something pops up. I don't want to just go on make a video whenever something small comes up. I kind of want to gather. I wait a couple of weeks, see what's new, then make a video like this. And if you like that, please leave a thumbs up. That really helps with the algorithm. And I will catch you in the next one.